The case for exclusive views to form and strengthen a political in-group and voter base, posted on January 8, 2016 on writesomethingblog.wordpress.com. If there is a single topic that could have held a record for the most time that an idea has floated around the average American voter's mind, it would be Donald Trump's presidential campaign. To many political thinkers such as myself, it's no real mystery as to why Trump's campaign does what it does. Of course, the more someone thinks about it, the more he will find reason in why it's part of the campaign, and find out that it's more carefully and professionally crafted than the average population and media think. There is an extensive list of strategies his campaign takes, but I will point out only a single very important one that will be beneficial in understanding the topic I will discuss. This strategy is the use of an exclusive political campaign. The exclusive political campaign measure that Trump has taken has already proven to be extremely effective in his running for president. As I explained before, the media is either oblivious or pretending to be oblivious towards the turns that his campaign has taken. But it does certainly feel like they are getting closer to figuring out this one specific strategy with every mention of his name. They, as well as other presidential candidates, have explained that his campaign is aimed towards the angry masses of Americans who feel like nothing has been done to solve these country's many problems. In a recent CNN interview, Bernie Sanders said, "What I'm suggesting is that what Trump has done with some success has taken that anger, taken those fears, which are legitimate, and converted them into anger against Muslims, anger against Mexicans." Now, coming from an actual Trump supporter, I can say that this is so close yet so far. I am confident that I can represent at least a large portion of Trump supporters when I say that we are not angry at Mexicans, even the illegal ones, and we are not mad at the Muslims. We are simply done with the idea that the government of the United States of America for 8 long years has disregarded its own laws and will of its citizens simply to further the agenda of a perverse state that has the interest of diversity in mind. It is true that the average Trump voter is angry, but it is not directed to anyone or anything other than the US government that has most certainly dumped the idea of a democratic system and seemed like an absolute monarchy with how much power the executive branch has been granted. Trump has tapped into this voter base simply for understanding the frustration of the average American conservative and being completely steadfast in his beliefs while also not giving the left a single centimeter of breathing room. There are countless reasons as to why voters are turning to Trump for presidency in 2016, but almost all of it can be attributed to suppressing the left and creating an exclusive, conservative-only campaign trail that no other candidate can even afford to give outside the Democrat circle. Trump has figured out that the worst the left can do is use severely overused Marxist terms that have no meaning and are fabricated to shut the opposition down, and he put his own money where his mouth is. Every educated conservative has come to the realization that they will never stop using these words as long as they stick to the party name conservative. The party could be even more progressive than the Democrats and it will still come true, so the natural strategy to figuring this out is to just go all the way and round as many people who are still sane enough to understand the manipulation surrounding the politics in this country before it's too late. Even though Trump's presidential campaign is the most widely known example of how beneficial it is to have an exclusive in-group preference, there is another that comes to mind. The groups over at the rightstuff.biz has had this in-group preference for their entire existence. Everyone is invited, but not everyone is welcome. You are free to read their blog posts and listen to their podcasts, but be wary because they will not have mercy on anyone's sensibilities. They will not reach out towards their political enemies and instead strengthen their allies by not wasting time to educate people on the other side of the fence who are completely decided that the grass is greener. They are politically incorrect and offensive with a blatant disregard for anyone's feelings, and that is what I love about them. They care now for the feelings of anyone who might listen that is disgruntled by their opinions because they value honesty over someone's hurt feelings, which is something that is painfully rare to find anywhere this day and age. By making this exclusive in-group preference for readers and listeners, they have a following of like-minded individuals who share ideas and argue no matter if they agree or disagree, with only honesty being valuable in every interaction. Status and moral signaling are completely looked down upon in this group since it is worth nothing to their pursuit of knowledge in the political world they have to go up against every single day because of their unpopular beliefs and opinions that have proven to have a chance to ruin their lives if they don't keep it somewhat covert. I have seen way too often the efforts of people to educate others who are already decided in their ignorance and do not wish to hear any words that go against their loyalty to a party. So my proposal is that instead of trying to educate a mass of willfully ignorant fools who will not and refuse to listen to reason and honesty, make your views exclusive. Those who will seek honesty will find it, if you are true to that cause and respect you for it. Earlier on I have mentioned the rightstuff.biz, and it was my personal discovery of honesty and truth in a world of questions I went to sleep at night not knowing the answers to while in my time of being a liberal. I then found out that I was only a liberal because it was the only option offered to me in this crowded and distorted political climate. But through my genuine search of some truth I came across these fine gentlemen. This experience is proof enough to me that creating an environment of bitter honesty is leagues better than advertising a comfortable truth.